Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nguyen. I'm an applications engineer at W. Bowers. We're a mechanical contractor based in Maryland. We do work in DC, Virginia, Maryland area. Should I start off, Dana, with my
Yes,
spiel?
please. And you're my neighbor. I didn't even realize.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, I'll be giving you guys a little tip of the month today. So basically, I'm going to be going over basically taking control of like all the opportunities that these new and upcoming technology software companies are basically providing us. And mainly I'm going to be talking about kind of the transition from the VDC BIM departments over to the shop, right? Because that's where a lot of the new, I guess, add-ons and additions to Revit and how you can leverage new technologies and tools to your advantage. If you're not familiar, I'm going to basically kind of do a quick rundown of like that process, just to get everybody on the same page. Basically, once how we're operating our VDC BIM department, they coordinate the model. Once that all those clash detection meetings are done, we move it over to our spooling department, and the spooling department basically breaks it up into smaller parts, as you see in the middle where we have Revit. We have our title block set up, and basically right now we're using a software called M-Suites to help spool those drawings out. And then once that's done, basically we can push that over into the shop, and those drawings automatically get loaded onto basically the Tiger Stop, the pusher where cuts can be easily made. And basically, if you're not familiar with the Tiger Stop or any the cutting softwares and tools, they can efficiently and quickly cut pipe and reduce the scrap. I'm going to pause there. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'm going to go over kind of the more technical side of what is out there. Right?
Doesn't look like we have any questions yet.
Okay. Sounds good. Like I said earlier, we use M-Suites. They help us. They're basically a product management software that manages what is being pushed through our fabrication shops. So they help us. They start off with our BIM team, our spooling department, and then once it gets to the shop, we can track every assembly through a workflow stage process where we know when things get cut, things get assembled, and things get QC'd or shipped out. But this is the only option that you have. And M-Suite does stuff with Revit and the fab shop managers, but also there's other companies out there that give amazing tools to help leverage, basically kind of make your life and quality of life for your BIM department and VDC team easier. And there's about, I'd say 15, including the ones you see on screen here, 15 different software companies that are out there that you can leverage to basically efficiently transfer that workflow as seamless as possible. So Stratus, Manufacton. I'm not sure if is anybody here working with any of these companies or has implemented them?
Yeah, if anybody has worked with any of these companies specifically, please let us know which ones. If you don't see them on the list, they're in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be pretty interested to know if anybody uses these. A lot of these are pretty big companies like Trimble. We have I'm pretty sure a lot of people use like Evolve if they're using AutoCAD. At least Evolve tools to help just they have like little like things that make just life easier, like turning insulation off or turning the center line on and off. Basically, all these guys are out there to help you guys. But the main thing I kind of wanted to touch upon for this tip of the month is basically I want people to know that there isn't like a best solution, I'd say. Not one company is going to basically work for every single company in the whole industry, right? Maybe you guys are more focused on going paperless, or another company is trying to go trying to do some data analytics. So each company has their pros and cons, and basically looking at the industry as a whole and seeing where the technology is going is, I believe, is as important as the features itself. So on to my next slide. I say the best practice for kind of choosing what technologies, or maybe not choosing technologies. Like I said, you don't have to go with one or another. I say it's best to just understand where you're at. If you're thinking about going with or trying to improve your workflow and trying to streamline that process between VDC and the shop. So like each team, like you might have a big fab shop, but a small VDC team. So if you're gonna do a whole change within your workflow and process in the fab shops, you have to make sure that the VDC team is on board as well, and really understanding what it takes to do that, and also what you guys are looking for. So a lot of these companies, their marketing teams are really good, right? They're advertising a very basically like a tasty product that looks really good on paper, but then you work on it and then you realize, oh wait, this kind of, I'm trying to stray from what initially you bought this for, or I have to conform to how they imagine the best workflow is. So keeping that in mind, and bringing it back to what I'm saying is that the best practice is you don't have to pick and choose one company over the other, but I'd say at the very least, best practice would be to look at all the technology companies as a whole, because they're successful for a reason and they're doing something right. But I'm not saying they're doing everything right, but like looking at where they're going, like if you're seeing a lot of these companies taking QR codes, oh, maybe QR codes are a good way to go, but maybe not. But like as the companies like start going paperless, like just keep these things in mind and why these guys are successful and why these guys are pushing the limits of VDC shop implementations. And yeah,
thank you so much, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful insight.